friend. Welcome to the Fruitful Fertility Podcast. Do you want to better understand your body so you can get pregnant naturally? Do you find yourself up late at night Googling how to ovulate on your own or natural fertility tips? Do you feel lost on what your next step should be? Hey, I'm Tori, a registered nurse, Christian fertility coach, and your new TTC BFF. When I started my fertility practice, I realized how much the modern medical system was missing when it came to supporting women trying to get pregnant. I knew God had called me to this space to bridge that gap and provide more natural fertility support and education. With time and a little trial and error, I found a foundational way to assess infertility cases and get better results. In this podcast, you will finally understand how your body and fertility work, support to stay off that emotional roller coaster, and a proven strategy to improve ovulation and increase your fertility naturally. If you're ready to get started, drop those ovulation sticks and grab a pen because, girl, you look fertile to me. So recently on my Instagram stories, I asked you guys a question. I asked what piece of the fertility puzzle was the most confusing right now and keeping you stuck. And the one that got the most answers, the most clicks, was fertility-friendly products and swapping to non-toxic products. So we're going to bring that right to the podcast today. And I actually think we're going to start doing a lot of podcast episodes this way, like letting you guys vote on what you want to talk about. So if you do not follow me on Instagram yet, come do that because I will be asking weekly in my stories, hey, what's confusing for you? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to hear about? And I will help, that will help me craft podcast episodes that you guys really want to listen to. So again, that is why we're diving into this today because you guys have been struggling with it and I want to make it so easy for you. So today we're going to talk about what endocrine disruptors are, why they matter, how to use the 80-20 rule to keep you from going crazy, some helpful tools to help you navigate this. I'm going to give you my top tip, so don't listen all the way to the end because I'm going to give you my top tip for making this so simple. And then I'm going to tell you how you can get all my favorites so you don't even have to go down these rabbit holes if you don't want to. I can just tell you like, hey, here's my Tori fertility approved list. Come get it. Let's make it easy, okay? So first, let me start by telling you how I kind of got very passionate about non-toxic living. I was pregnant with my son in 2016 and I became wildly aware of what I was putting on my body and in my body. And this is exactly what's going to happen for you too, because hint, hint, wink, wink, you are going to get pregnant. Hope you heard that. You are going to get pregnant. So you're going to do this now to help you boost your fertility. Then you're going to get pregnant and you're going to fall into this rabbit hole anyways, because then you're going to be thinking about your baby and wanting to keep your baby safe. So it's better to just do it now. Go ahead and get this done now because it's good for you and it'll be good for your future baby. But like I said, I was pregnant for the first time. I became wildly aware of what I was putting on my body and I really went into this deep dive on non-toxic products. I was looking at every label, everything. And if you have fallen into this little trap too, you know how overwhelming it can be because at first you're like, oh, I'm just going to trade out my lotions and my makeup. And then you realize it's also the dishes that you cook with. And it's also the laundry detergent you wash your clothes with. And it's also the sheets you sleep in. And it really just becomes this whole obsession, and we can't let the stress of trying to be perfect overtake us, but we do need to be aware. So I want you to know that too, that this episode is not about fear. It's just about being aware, and then you get to navigate it how it fits best for your life. Okay. But let's talk first about why endocrine disruptors even matter. So endocrine disruptors are the chemicals that are in these, what we call quote unquote toxic products that mess with our hormones. So what happens is they kind of mimic estrogen and our body's signals get confused at what's going on. And so now it thinks that it's not estrogen, but it's estrogen-like chemicals, or our body reads them that way, interprets them that way. So then it messes with things like ovulation, regular cycles, hormone balance in general. So you can see how when we are putting these kind of products on our body every single day, and especially us as women, right? We've got a product for everything. We got face moisturizer, makeup, shampoo, conditioner, dry shampoo, lotion, fingernail polish, all the things. So for us, I feel like it can be even worse. And especially because where women, our products are more feminine and have more fragrance in them. And fragrance is one of the number one things we want to cut out. And even if I could go ahead and give you a tip right off the bat, something that'll make make reading labels so much easier is look at the label on the back, actually read the ingredients. And if you see the word fragrance or perfume, Parfum, anywhere, you're not getting it. It's out. And that is a super easy way where you don't have to recognize all these names, all these chemical names, and all the things you're trying to avoid. If it has that one thing in it, we're not getting it. And I feel like that makes it really easy. So that's a little sidestep on the tips, but a very good tip. I double dare you to go look at your products today in your bathroom, turn them over, and see which ones have fragrance in them. But again, we're wanting to avoid the products that have endocrine disruptors in them because we want more balanced hormones. We don't want to be messing with the signals of our body, especially ovulation, right? But again, this is not about fear. This is just about being mindful. And that's why I want to talk about the 80-20 rule. I actually did an episode on this. I'm not sure what number. Let me look. It is episode 58. How to use the 80-20 rule to make TTC easier. And this is like a hill that I will die on. There are a lot of practitioners and people you can work with that will put you on a, very strict diet, very strict rules. And then you feel super stressed because you feel worried, you feel fearful, you feel restricted. It's such a big change in your life that it's creating more stress. And that's exactly what I don't want. Here on this podcast, stress and our nervous system is the absolute foundation of our fertility. And so anything that overly stresses us that we can change, avoid, manage, we will do. So the 80-20 rule is that 80% of the time you do the best you can. The 20% of the time you YOLO and say, whatever, I'm living my life. This is the real world. And that will make a big difference. It truly will. So you don't have to go all in. You don't have to be 100% perfect. So this is another statement I want you to take with you today. You do not have to be perfect to get pregnant. I know you're probably thinking it's taking longer than I thought. This seems harder. I don't really understand what's going on. I don't understand why I'm not pregnant. And so you get all these tips from podcasts and social media and you think I've got to be perfect because that's the only way I'm going to get pregnant is if I do everything perfectly. But that's not true. We just need that good 80% effort, and we need consistency. And those two things will make magic. Well, 80% consistency and God's timing, right? But I don't want you to feel that need to be perfect. So let's follow the 80-20 rule while we're navigating non-toxic products. If you're looking for some helpful tools, I will link these in the show notes, but a helpful tool to help you navigate whether a product is toxic or non-toxic is the EWG Skin Deep database. You can basically type in a generic word like shampoo and it'll give you all its favorite shampoo choices, or you can check your shampoos specifically. So you can type in a Cure ultra moisturizing shampoo or whatever it is you use, and it'll give you a score. 0 is the best, 0 is green, 0 is the best, and it goes all the way up to 10, and 10 is red. So you can see the scale kind of goes from green, like, hey, you're good to go, to red, like, hold up, we're not going to use this. And my general rule, this is just my rule, this is not a scientific fact, but I like anything 4 and under. Of course I like 0, like we're always shooting for 0. But if I can keep it under a 4, like 0, 1, 2, or 3, maybe a 4, but really I like under 4, then that is in the safe zone. I'll take a 3 and under all day. So the EWG Skin Deep database, that is a free tool. There is another app called Think Dirty. It used to be free. I don't think it's free anymore, but you can literally scan the barcodes of products and same thing. It'll give you a rating on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the best, and we want it as low as we can get it. So you can try that one too, but the EWG Skin Deep database is really like the gold standard and it's free. So that makes it the best, right? I call it a tool because it feels that way to me. Another tool you can use is Thrive Market. So this is an online shopping, it's kind of like Whole Foods meets Amazon. You shop online, but it has much better options. Are all the options on Thrive Market perfect? No, they're not. But it makes shopping so much easier because 9 times out of 10, any product you get off Thrive Market is going to be better than anything you can get at Walmart or, your local store. You can even shop by category. So you can shop only organic, only non-GMO, paleo, keto, gluten-free, whatever it is you're looking for, they have it. And I love their prices. It is like a membership. So you pay, it's like Sam's Club is what it is. You pay a membership, you get to shop. The prices are a little bit cheaper. I think after you pay the membership, it's not that much cheaper than shopping at like Walmart. So I don't really get hung up on that. It's just that it's better products. So you're still kind of getting a deal. It's just that it's better products. So that makes things super, super simple in my opinion. I love a lot of their stuff. I love a lot of their Thrive Market brand. So they have a lot of different brands, but honestly, I really like Thrive Market's brand. So check that out. It's in the show notes. I believe my link gets you like 40% off your first order, and they do some really great deals where you get free items too. So that is a really helpful tool if you need somewhere to shop to make it just easier to not have to read 100 different labels to get started. Okay, and my top tip for you, so I gave you the tip about fragrance. Just turn the bottle over, see if it has fragrance in it. My next tip for you is to ignore the front of the packaging. So you may have heard of greenwashing, and this is where companies and marketing use tactics, so to speak, to make things seem cleaner than they are. We call it greenwashing. So maybe there's a leaf on the front. Maybe it says organic on the front, but only one item in the ingredients is organic. Or they call it something like with the word nature in it that makes it feel more clean and natural, but it's not always true. So I tell everyone, don't fall for the branding on the front. That is marketing, and good marketing usually. But flip it over to the back, and I want you to actually read the ingredients. And that sounds really boring, right? That sounds so boring. But again, you're going to look for just a few words. You don't have to recognize every single ingredient, but you want minimal ingredients. If there's 20 ingredients, that's a little bit of a red flag. If there's fragrance, that's a little bit of a red flag. So I want you to get used to actually looking at the labels on the back. My next tip is to replace your laundry detergent and your household cleaner. Like if you are overwhelmed, don't know where to start, it's way too much, and you just need a tiny baby step to take, which I'm all about baby steps. I want you to do your laundry cleaner and your your laundry detergent and your house cleaner. And the reason for that is those two things touch every surface in your home. Think about it. Your laundry detergent touches your clothes that you wear every day, the sheets that you sleep in, the blankets that you cover up with on the couch. They touch everything. And then I want you to replace your house cleaner because it touches every surface, the counters, the refrigerator, the bathroom, the windows, depending on what cleaner you use, but it touches a lot of surface. So just by changing those two things out to non-toxic products, you have done yourself a really good service. You have actually made a really big difference with just those two things. So don't feel like you have to go all in one day. You got to get rid of everything you own and swap to completely non-toxic products. Just go little bit by little bit. And inside the Conception Connection, I give you my detox home checklist. I give you the steps to take. I give you my favorite products so you don't have to read the labels and do all this stuff. I make it so easy for you. And again, you have a community where women are sharing their process like, hey, I got rid of this and swapped to this. I really like this one. So it just makes it so much easier to navigate than if you're doing it on your own. Which brings me to my last point, which is how to get all my favorites, which I just said. The paid way to do that is to enroll in the Conception Connection. Come join us. You're going to get a step-by-step plan to improve your fertility without all the overwhelm. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do to get ovulation to come back naturally, to regulate your cycles, to improve your fertility in 90 days. This is a 90-day plan. So this is the only membership like I'm trying to kick you out of. You get to stay as long as you want because you get to talk to me every month. We do monthly group coaching calls where you can come to me in real time, ask your questions, get my feedback so that you're not wasting time in Facebook groups or on doctor's appointments where all they do is suggest Clomid. Like you get real professional medical fertility support every single month. And I so look forward to those calls. Like even right now, I'm kind of itching because it's like another week or two till our next call, but like I'm ready for it. Like I'm ready to see everyone again. I'm ready to talk to everyone again and know how they're doing as they're working through the framework. So each week you're dropped a little baby step to take, whether it be cleaning up non-toxic products, whether it be curating a plate that has fertility boosting foods on it, whether it be how to cycle track in a way that doesn't make you want to pull your hair out. There's a little bit every single week for the 90 days. So again, all that to say, I do have my favorites in there. I have my Fertility-Friendly product guide. You can get all my favorites, clickable links, discounts. You don't have to shop non-toxic products and read 100 labels in the store. You can just click and have it shipped right to your door. The next way you can get some helpful tips on what my favorites are, my favorite fertility-friendly products are, is just to join the newsletter. There's a link in the show notes. Every week I send out an email and I have a fertility pick of my fertility favorite pick, and I usually share products I love, whether that be protein powder, a prenatal, a tool, anything like that. I have a fertility-friendly favorite every single week. So jump on that newsletter. I email you once a week, give you some tips to make natural fertility support so much easier. Okay, I'm going to recap this really quick and then we will go. So endocrine disruptors and products and toxic products, the reason why we want to avoid them is because they mess with our body's natural signals and hormone balance. We want to use the 80-20 rule. We don't have to be perfect to get pregnant, so we're going to use the 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time we do the best. We use non-toxic products. 20% of the time we don't worry about it. Helpful tools are the EWG Skin Deep database, which is linked below. Think Dirty, which is an app where you can scan barcodes. Thrive Market, which is also linked below, where you can shop really high quality ingredient type products, whether that be bath products or food products. We're going to replace our laundry detergent and our household cleaner first because those make a big difference. And I didn't say this earlier, but my favorite is Truly Free for those two things, just by the way. And the way to get all my favorites that I suggest and I use and love after years and years of going through non-toxic products is to join the free newsletter, and I'll send you a little tip each week with some of my favorite products, or to enroll in the Conception Connection, where you get way more than just non-toxic swaps, even though you do get my fertility-friendly product guide, but you get everything you need to improve your fertility and get pregnant sooner, along with a community of faith-filled women to cheer you on, pray over you, and walk this journey with you. All right, friend, I love you, and I will see you next week. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this episode touched your heart or taught you something, I'd be honored if you share it with a friend who could use the information too. And if you want to be the real MVP, then would you also take 30 seconds to tap those 5 stars at the bottom and leave a written review telling me what you're loving? It lights me up to know this podcast is really helping you. Don't forget, you're super cute and super fertile, so meet me back here next week and let's keep chatting and learning together.